58 years after a baby boy was found in the Keene Creek Reservoir, he's been identified with GED-matched DNA and can now be reunited with his family. NBC5's Katie Straight met the former detective who never gave up on the case. She's live in our studio now. Katie?
Grace, a case is closing in a positive way after DNA identified a child who died in the 60s. The former baby doe is 2-year-old Stevie Crawford. One detective tells me he's satisfied now that Stevie can return to his family. There aren't many stories retired Jackson County Sheriff Sergeant Colin Fagan would do in 110-degree heat. But out of all of his cases, this one is close to his heart.
It was just a story that stayed with me throughout my career. And so even following retirement, I was very excited to hear that we were able to get him properly identified, which was our goal from the beginning.
Back in 1963, a fisherman found a knitted quilt sealed with wire. Inside it was a 2-year-old boy's body. The technology wasn't there to identify the unknown boy. But in 2009, Sergeant Fagan, along with other Jackson County Sheriff's detectives, found the case. They wanted to give the boy his name back.
We adopted him as our child. How would we want our children cared for?
They got permission to extract samples for DNA testing, but there wasn't a match. Until now. GED-matched DNA confirmed the unknown baby boy was 2-year-old Stevie Crawford from New Mexico.
And there's many cases in a career that just doesn't happen.
But those close to the case weren't the only ones touched by Crawford.
Those of us involved in the case would periodically stop by and discovered that there were memories left by, we believe, strangers who were touched by this case, who considered them to be a child of the community.
While we were at Crawford's grave, he received another visitor.
When you have a baby that you don't know their name, anybody that you don't know their name, but especially when it's a young child, everybody kind of feels that instinct to kind of surround them and protect them and take care of them. And so for 58 years, that's kind of what we've done here.
Lifetime Medford resident Cassidy Janis has been following the case. When she found out Crawford was identified, she wanted to pay her respects before he was reunited to his New Mexico family.
When I saw that he had finally been given a name, I actually cheered. I was sitting on my couch and I actually cheered.
Crawford is returning to New Mexico where he'll be laid to rest with his family. Former Sergeant Fagan tells us it'll be difficult to prosecute the case. In the state of Oregon, medical examiner reports must be destroyed after 25 years. Something Fagan says really harms this case. Live in studio, Katie Straight, NBC5 News.